flying over the meta with Izzet Dragons. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. My name is Hello Good Game, and I am pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena deck guide video, playing standard best of 1 mythic rank, breaking down our deck list in depth, discussing both the strategies and synergies held within, in hopes of providing you a deeper understanding of how to pilot the deck both effectively and efficiently. Furthermore, we will demonstrate this within our mythic ranked gameplay footage against both the best decks as well as players in-game. Finally, wrapping up with our concluding thoughts, deck review, channel news, and everything else groovy. If you want to help support the channel, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Leave a like, boom, hit that thumbs up button. You have truly made my day. If you have any thoughts or opinions, some concerns, whatever it happens to be, hit us up in the comments down below as well. And if you haven't already done so, which I couldn't imagine why, subscribe to the channel for future content. And if you ever want to share your deck, you ever need help with Magic or the client, whatever it happens to be, the community Discord is always open to you. Link in the description below within the link tree. Okay, that's enough out of me. Thanks again, and let's take a look at the deck.
It's a new lap record!
Here we are. Not this guy again. Oh my gosh. Izzet Dragons version 3. A very successful deck for me right now, all things considered. I know, Izzet Dragons, what? Well, we've got a new card to the deck, and it is the Incinerator of the Guilty. For 6 mana, 6 power, 6 toughness, with flying and trample. Whenever the Incinerator will deal combat damage to a player, you may collect evidence X. Totally up to you. And it will also deal X damage to each creature and planeswalker that player controls, which is very, very good, considering you're going to be cleaning up the field state, the board state, as well as, hopefully applying some tempo damage here through the Incinerator. We are also incorporating Ill-Timed Explosion into the deck for 4 mana at sorcery, drawing 2 cards, and then you may discard 2 cards. When you do, you will deal X damage to each creature, where X is the greatest mana value among cards discarded. Okay, so this is not only pretty cool because we can draw, but we can also now deal damage while simultaneously filling our graveyard for the collect evidence via the guilty. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Our final new card in the build isn't much, but Deduce. 2 mana, instant speed, draw a card, and investigate. The rest of the deck really does remain the same. We have really honed in on what works and cut what doesn't, though. So we do have a very consistent variant of the deck, and it does all revolve around the Defiant Thundermaw, which is the backside of Invasion of Tarkir, a 2 mana battle with 5 protection counters. Once we remove them, we can transform it into the Thundermaw, which is a 4/4 with flying and trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, it deals 2 damage to any target. This is great. We have a dragon-based deck. It will trigger multiple times. We're using the throne. More on this in a moment to copy those triggers. And furthermore, when Tarkir enters the battlefield as the battle, you're going to deal 2 damage plus X, where X is the number of dragons you reveal from your hand to any target, which is great, right? Okay, and then building also around Sarkhan, Soul of Flame for 3 mana, 2 power, 4 toughness. Dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Sarkhan, Soul of Flame become a copy of it until the end of turn, except its name is Sarkhan, Soul of Flame, and it is a legendary in addition to its other types. This is the bee's knees, an underrated card, no doubt. It survives Lockthwain Scorn, it survives Cut Down, great. It also survives our own field wipe, Brotherhood's End, dealing 3 damage to each creature and planeswalker. Fantastic. All of our creatures have 4 toughness, so that's quite nice within build. Also, the availability to destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less here if we so choose. Okay, so Sarkhan is reducing our dragons, which is going to pull us into potentially a turn 4 Bonehoard Dracosaur. A 5/5 with flying and first strike, typically 5 mana, but again, we can reduce it through Sarkhan to 4. And At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn, and if you exiled a land card, create a 3/1 dinosaur token. If you exiled a non-land card, create a treasure, which is quite nice. But more importantly, Sarkhan will become a copy of it, a 5/5 with flying and first strike, now being able to flip our invasion. Thundermaw, you're out, which is phenomenal, right? At which point, we can play something like our Roaming Throne. For 4 mana, it's a 4/4 with Ward 2, and it enters the battlefield, you'll choose a creature type. It is the chosen type in addition, right? So this can be dragon. It enters on top of Sarkhan. Sarkhan now becomes a copy of the throne. You have 2 copies of the throne, which is phenomenal, that are dragons, with the Bonehoard, with the Thundermaw, right? Which is crazy. And then if an ability triggering of a creature of the chosen type triggers, it's going to trigger an additional time, which is, again, the Defiant Thundermaw. We now have 2 of these abilities in play on the stack. It's just absolutely ridiculous, right? We also have potentially an Apprentice Folly for 4 mana. When it enters the battlefield, choose another non-token creature we control that doesn't have the same name as a token that we do control, and create a token that's a copy of it with haste. Okay, this will trigger twice, and then on the 3rd, sacrifice all reflections you control. We can sacrifice our enchantment with the bargain for Torch the Tower to get rid of it, so we don't sacrifice our reflections, so we can keep them around potentially if you want, right? It is pretty big-brained if you do get that off, which is quite nice, but at the end of the day, you know, it can copy the Defiant Thundermaw, which is nice, and that ability should melt your opponent, no joke. Some removal in deck, not just Torch the Tower. Hits for 2 if you don't bargain at instant speed, creature or planeswalker. If you do bargain it, it's going to hit for 3 and you scry 1, and if something would die, it's going to be exiled, which is great. We do have the Brotherhood's End hitting the field. We talked about that. We also talked about Ill-Time Explosion hitting the field. Nahiri's Warcrafting is in deck, dealing 5 damage for 3 mana at sorcery speed. We get to look at the top X cards, where X was the excess damage to either creature or planeswalker, and cast one of them this turn, which is quite nice. So a little bit of card advantage there. A Spell Pierce in deck, 1 mana, instant speed, 2 copies, countering target non-creature spell unless they pay 2. You know, field wipes, stuff like this, right? And then, you know, we already talked about the Incinerator as well as Deduce. So that's the deck. We do have a few copies of Caverns to make our dragons uncounterable. The new Falls is also included, helping fill our graveyard for the Incinerator, as well as a consistent land draw, so we curve out. And then the Spire as a creature-based land, and the Defiance and the City as our utility lands, the Coast and the Reef as some additional dual-based mana for consistency, and a few basics in case one of them gets destroyed, right? Then we have something to pull in replacement. That is the deck. I'm having a ton of fun with this build. I know the meta is aggressive, but there still are different ways that we can win. I'll tell you what, a lot of them are going to revolve around a 3-mana field wipe. We have Brotherhood's End. We have Path of Peril. We have Temporal Lockout, right? These are almost a necessity. I'm sorry, Green. I'm sorry, Blue. You're literally unplayable right now without one of your partner colors, I think. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's gameplay footage. Izzet Dragons? Let's go. Going first. Well, that's fine and dandy, but did you notice their rank? That's a big boy. Good luck. We have a turn 3. Life gain, aggro, what's going on here? It's a life gain source, so even if they do play the voice, we're going to want to take this now. Boros. Okay, main facing that, because I think we have counter magic. We don't. Do they have something to deal with our Dracosaur? And Thundermaw. Don't you dare. Just Knight of Eos, Convoke Adelphia. After the life gain. after the enforcements. This deck is redonkulous. Okay. 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 Dragons are pretty redonkulous too, though. As long as we don't get Brutal Cathard or just removed in any shape or form. Or hit for lethal, because Lord knows they can do it at any point they choose. Phantom. Okay, that's fine. Don't care. Could I get an Apprentice off the top? Land. Throne. Choosing Dragon. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Take the flyer. All attack. Where are you going? It's so rewarding. The top 500 player playing the best deck, and Dragons just, Dunkadelphia. On the draw, keeping 7. Not a great hand, but it's there. Pierce up on 1. Well, okay, they're going to take Invasion. There's a lot of removal here, though, so I don't really know. Maybe they do take Spell Pierce. Removal, 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 removal. Counterspell. What do we lose our turn to? I figured as much. Well, let's play our tapped land. I don't think so. Not right now. Sometimes it's the cherry on top, other times, not today. Oh, that is good. I'm in trouble. So I guess we just kill Amelia, though, still, right? Yep. I wish we had that field wipe in our hand. That would be a lot cooler. They need back in our hand, but then I just have the torch the tower, right? So the life gain deck is no joke. They're probably bringing stuff back from the grave, too. Ugh. This is an exile, I believe. So that's maybe good to take on the veteran. They're worried about the field wipe. They're like, well, I can't really play more creatures because, but they do anyways. Okay. I mean, I'm going for it. I have to. It's ridiculous. I hate tossing the dragon, though. Maybe we draw something else. But, you just have to get after it, I guess. Another bat in our hand, which is brutal. It's fine. Ooh, but I don't want... I'd rather keep that, I guess. Toss the throne, right? And the pierce. Nice. Now we've got a few good cards. Oh my gosh. That's a very good card. Draw Delphia. We just kill it, right? This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Peace. Sorry, shouldered. You don't have any wings. On the draw, as all good matches are. I mean, it's not impressive if you can win on the play, is it? It is sometimes. Depends what deck you're playing, I guess. I'm going to hold up my removal and just dunk on anything. Well, I mean, you know what? At least it's an original mono red. Did I hear that correctly? Yeah. Hey, thanks for the follow. Ooh, 2 of them. That could stack up. Interesting. I mean, we will take them. Three cards in hand. They guess probably like a Ren's Resolve or... Ooh. Ooh. That's doubling damage. So this is 4 damage to 15. Okay. All right. I hate to throw away my dragon, but it is what it is. Replacement. All right. Ooh, that's quite good. Dumping their hand, I don't like that either. This should get us the W, though. 9 life left. Counter magic up. Probably not relevant. Ooh. That's 6, 7 available mana. I'm going to go Sarkhan. Into a double Dracosaur, which will then convert our first Sarkhan, but it won't have haste. Oh, yes, it will, because this one has haste, and it becomes a copy of this one. Yes, it does. Beautiful. And I guess we hit for 15. Seems fine. They might kill us. I don't know. 9 life left. We've lethal on our turn. Probably should have kept one back as a blocker. But it's fun to, while out. Not casting that 5 damage to my face. Flipping this instead. It is a 4/4 with prowess, so they're only missing 1 damage, and if they cast anything, they gain it back. They do not, however, most likely looking for a draw spell there. Going first? Is something wrong with the game client? This isn't running as it normally does. I feel like there's an error in the system coding or something here. I'm not super technically inclined, but this is wrong. Why am I going first? This is just incorrect. Huh. Very weird. Do we dare? Are we brave enough to play into utter death? Yeah, why not? Oh, sure. Well, it's not like we have counter magic anyways. So this gets removed, I'd assume. Just not yet. Liliana. Much cooler way to do it. Oh, undoubtedly so. Not quite, but they do like the life gain, and they even exile a cut down from hand, which is good because it doesn't hit any of our stuff. Thronadelphia with a Durgan as its creature type. Wedding's not bad. Fairly easy for us to contain. We do have a field wipe that we can deploy if things get a little bit aggressive, token-wise. This is a draw engine. Don't like that. But I'm not going to sacrifice a throne to kill it. Okay. Let's clean up. Thrown down. Sorry, not thrown down. Invasion down. We will attack it with our 2 thrones, I think. It's a little bit more aggressive than we typically would like to hit it for, but it's either that or we leave it and hit it this way, but this way the Thundermaw can also attack, and that's going to be great too. Well, hopefully. Maybe it would have been better to leave it as a battle. I don't think a deck running Welcoming Vampire uses field wipes. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. They do run an Edgar, though. Which I guess we just dunk on. Just cleaning up our attack lanes, right? And this is enough, I guess. I've not counted it out, but they're there. Stack, stack, Stackadelphia. For all intents and purposes, they're... Well, we don't even get to finish stacking them. How many were there? I don't know. Arena, don't kid yourself. I'm going to need more than just going first to win a game of Magic, okay? I play with a bit of a handicap. Well, how about if your opponent double mulligans? Wow, okay, better start. Better start. And if we give you turn 1 removal, then can you win? Maybe. Can I also curve out? Oh, you're asking for a lot now, dude. You're a Cavern Bat. Take my Spell Pierce. Definitely don't take my Sarkhan Soul Flame. Right? Definitely take my Spell Pierce. Folly. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Brotherhood's End. Ill-timed explosion. Say it with me. Brotherhood's End. You think you're so funny, don't you? You've gone wild. F.M. Adelphia. Ouch. Give me that field wipe, baby. Stop drawing cards. Stop it. Stop it. Of course you do. Of course you do. Really? I think those caverns stick together. I only have 2 of them. Why are they on top of one another? Field wipe, ill-timed is now the only one we want. Oh, a land off the top again. How many lands do you top deck? Too many lands. How many lands do you top deck? Spread out the lands. Oh, it's like, what, 16 lands in a row? I'm thinking maybe 17. Oh, yes, you do. I like how they don't press attack all. They click through them one by one. Very nice. Bro! If I don't top deck a field wipe, I'm retiring. Can I get a big money, no whammies? Well, I mean, that's kind of a field wipe, but it's like, actually, no, it's right on time. I am a legend. Well, no, they've got the blocker. That's upsetting. The blocker is a real fucker, hey? Ooh, trample. I am a legend! What's in the grave? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! I'm going straight to London. Watch them have removal in hand. And then the pilgrim will kill us. So they actually are going to London? Allegedly a legend. Well, I mean, it is a legend. Look. See? Kind of a bummer. But what do you do? We're going to lose the other way around anyways. At least this way we bleed our own blood. That pesky pilgrim. I tell you what. All right. On the draw, keeping 7. Most likely domain, but you just never know these days. Looking for our 3rd land. It's a good card, but it has to go. Yeah, why not? I don't think they're too worried about it anyways at really any point. Stomper. It's good. Do they immediately Zendikar and attack and do all that? I guess fine, then we'll just wipe them. Wipe ourselves at that point. We do need that 4th land off the top though still, right? Without that, we're not going anywhere. We do have a backup. Do they Zendikar? Oh, a Sheoldred. Okay, 4th land. Like a glove. Durgan. And we just toss our Durgan, right? I don't like to draw 2 into Sheoldred, but what else do you do here? I'm going to keep Dracosaur and toss the Incinerator. They have so much land that Spell Pierce isn't going to do anything. It's worth it. I mean, they're 2 very powerful creatures once they start attacking here. And hopefully we can get some form of advantage before they overtake us again with the Sheoldred and whatnot. Without that 5th land, we do have to go slow with Sarkhan, but, you know, if we can get these dragons out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I guess we're still looking for the 5th. Super cycling. We need like another dragon. That was the thing. Maybe just straight up draw. Confirm the land. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. What? They just play a whole field full of tokens now? Ah! Shoulder's great. Shoulder's great. We can dunk on it. Down to 8, though. Down to 7. That's probably a mistake. Down to 13, 2 in hand. I just need them not to play an Atraxa. Or that. That's quite good. A field wipe. I don't think they... Is that just in hand? I think it is. Just Spire attack? Well, force it. Force it. And then... Because we don't want to go slow, right? Like, whatever. Wipe the field. I'm going to play another one. And it's not great. Okay. Big money, no whammies. 1 card in their hand. We're ready to rip. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. Not too shabby. I do like the explosivity of the deck. It pops pretty aggressively. And the fact that we have that damage capability combined with the control Brotherhood's End, really cleaning house. Warcrafting is beautiful as well. I think it's a pretty decent build. Maybe the Apprentice's Folly could go. It's a win more card. I kind of like it. But at the end of the day, you know, we could definitely take Deduce. We could take some other counter spells potentially as well, because we were getting maybe stuck with Spell Pierce longer than it was useful as our opponent curved out with multiple lands, and you know, could easily pay 2 at that point, right? So thoughts on that? That's probably the weakest link, right? I love the new dragon. It's really cool. And then, you know, everything else I think we have dialed in pretty nicely. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's been a great time creating these decks and playing Magic alongside all of you. So cheers. Can't wait to see you in the next. Do take care.